Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dares say. Isn't that right? Sam Jones, gobble, 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 slurp, slurp, slurp. An utter lick feast. Grown men. That's right. Grown men licking to get on a show. Pop, pop, bang on that one. Right. This is how I see this situation here, right? I just tell it straight. Why has the Gad decided in his wisdom to come out doing interview after interview after interview after interview? Is he in competition with Big Malk? Because at the moment, the Gad is leading Big Malk by 2 interviews in the last 2 days. Trailing in third place, we've got Caldwell, aka Penfold, then Flex, and then the Slurpinator. And only person that's talking any sense at the moment is Flex. But Flex, stop trying to get in my good books. I know what you are. 3 boxers have failed dope tests on your watch. If a fourth fails a dope test on your watch, are you going to hand your license in? Then again, have you already handed it in anyway? Because you're not training anybody, are you? All you're doing is walking around in a body warmer with a stick of celery hanging out your mouth, when really you should have a leather jacket on and a spliff hanging out your mouth and chilling out. All right, Flexy. Only joking, Flex. Well done, Flex, coming out saying Carl Froch was last real world champion we've had from this country. I thought you might have said Kid Galahad or Kell Brook or something like that, but no, you're saying the Cobra. Well, that's right, innit? I mean, let's have it correct. Look at the man's CV. The man's CV is legendary. Legendary. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Which brings me to why Carl Froch's not on Sky no more. He's not on DAZN. He didn't go to DAZN, did he? With Sky, let's have it right. Carl Froch built Matchroom, didn't he? Matchroom were dead and buried, wasn't it, when they signed Carl Froch? You know it, Flex. Carl Froch knows it. Eddie Hills knows it. I mean, at the time, who did he have? Audley Harrison, Darren Barker. That's all he had, and Kell Brook. They were going nowhere. Well, the Barker didn't have a world title, did he? Kell Brook didn't have a world title. We saw Audley Harrison's world title challenge, didn't we? He got pay-per-view banned in England for a few years, didn't it? Hey? So Carl Froch, in my opinion, built Matchroom. Built it from the ground upwards, the boxing department. So why didn't he go to DAZN from Skyway? Eddie Hills, eh? The man that jumped in the ring after the Butte fight. The man that got Carl Froch a 2-fight deal with Butte because he was secretly going round telling people that Carl Froch's goose were cooked. So he thought he'd cash him in. But I'm getting him 2 fights, one in Nottingham and then one in Canada. So he gets 2 bites at the cherry. Hey? Hey? Tried to cash the Cobra in. Tried to cash him in. But after the Butte fight, who did we have? Youssef Mack, Kessler, and the 2 Groves fights. So we got 4 more bites at the cherry. Eh? And 3 of them were pay-per-view. They finally give him a pay-per-view. After all them Roadman fights, eh? Got the Kessler pay-per-view. And then the 2 Groves ones. So we finished on a high at 80,000 at Wembley. And throwing a punch. Wow, what a punch that was. Bang! Pop, pop, bang! Groves out for the count. Bent leg. Put him to kip. Rendered unconscious. Pushed him up. Pop, pop, bang. So why is the Cobra not on Sky or DAZN? Is it cancel culture? Or is it because Carl Froch tells it straight when he's got that microphone in his hand because he doesn't need to lick. He's not a licker, is he? I mean, let's have it right. He's still got first bit of signing on money that Mick Hennessy gave him. He still hasn't spent that. He's a secret saver, isn't he, the Cobra? There's nothing wrong with being careful. There's careful, there's frugal, and there's the Cobra. He likes a bargain, doesn't he? Nobody's going to shaft him. And there ain't nobody ever shafted him that hasn't had a backhander. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward. But the Cobra, not on Sky, and no DAZN deal. I'm shocked. So we've got people who are pundits at Sky who are not Hall of Famers, and we've got people at DAZN who are not Hall of Famers. I mean, Tony Bellew's never beat a champion, and Darren Barker's got one win over a champion, hasn't he? Hey, what's all that about? They're handing pundit jobs out to the mates who are going to go out there and say what they want to say. They're going to go out there and push the narrative. You're not going to get that with a Cobra, are you? Not when you're probably worth about 30 million and growing, building skyscrapers, driving Ferraris, living in big boy mansions, waking up every day with Miss Maxim. He's not bad, is it? I hate to say he had a bent nose a few years ago. It was a right beak, wasn't it? He's got his conch straightened out. And he's got his YouTube channel now, but I'm disappointed we're not seeing him get any work on DAZN and Sky. Well, obviously, we're not going to get any of TNT Sports from Bricktop. Oh, we know that, don't we? But disappointing from DAZN and Sky. That's all I want to say. That's my opinion. The Roy Keane of boxing can't get on Sky or DAZN, but yet Roy Keane can get on Sky and is in demand. Why is that? Because to tell it straight, but boxing people are insecure, aren't they? Very insecure. You're not allowed to tell the truth, but in football, you are. It's a different culture, isn't it? It's a different culture, but nobody can put a dent in his career, can they? Come on. Look at the man's career. That career will stand the test of time. Has anybody got near that CV since he retired? He's got more than double the wins of a world champion than Joshua. More. He's got nearly 3 times the wins of a world champion that Fury's got. What's all that about? What are these people doing? Fury's walking around fat as a pig. You can't get out of the way at punches, can he? Sparring top guys like Opatia. Can't go out of the way. That's why he's picked easy fights since he come back. When has Fury been in with a roadman since he come back? Could you say Wright Wilder's a roadman? Well, we all thought he were, didn't we? He only had that right hand, but you're fighting a one-arm man. Pop, pop, bang. Fought him 3 times. After the second one, it didn't need a rematch because he were really 2-0 up, wasn't he? But they had a third one. Mind you, they had 3 Derek Chisora ones, didn't they? It took him 2 goes to get by big fat John McDermott, who flogged him in first one. I don't know. Cancel culture, you're not allowed to say anything, are you? But it is what it is. But leading the way in sermons this week, we've got the Gad out way in front. Hot on the Gad's tail is Big Malk, followed by Penfold and Sam Jones. They're vying for that bronze medal, and Flex bringing up the rear but talking sense for once. So anybody who needs to know about dieting, go and speak to Flex. When I was flying high with my gastric band knocking weight off, I used to actually eat celery, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, but it takes them hunger pains away, and it gets rid of fatty cells on your legs and around your body and stuff like that. So Flex does know what he's on about. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, if he has a 4th test failure on his watch, will he be sitting down with PC Gully to talk about it? Eh? Or will he just say, I can't control what a fighter takes when he's outside this gym? What if the fighter doesn't even know he's taking it? Then what? What have we got then? Have we got a conspiracy? What is it? Will we ever get to the bottom of it? Would Flex ever get kicked off at off at border control by area council. Well, no, he won't, will he? Not when his family are on council. His mum and dad were on area council for years when they were here. They've been doing what they want up at that gym nearly 50 years. Nearly 50 years funding and lit roof still leaking, pop, pop, bang. Where's all funding going? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are they even entitled to any funding up there now? I'm not so sure. I mean, are they even training anybody there now? Do amateurs train there? I think amateurs do, but do any pros? I'm not so sure. But Flex, you're talking sense. The Cobra is the last proper world champion from this country. And you talk sense about your cookbooks. All right. But you're talking Baba wanting to dig Kell Brook up. He's 2 year hard at ring, pushing 38-year-old, fat as a pig Michelin man. Leave the man alone. You can't get any more out of him. And tell that Terry, his stepdad, to leave him alone as well. We don't want Kell Brook smashed up, do we, and talking like Scooby-Doo. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, anyway, what's happened to Savannah Marshall? Undisputed super middleweight champion. Where is she? What is going on? What's going on? Adrian Mole, aka Ben Shalom at Sky Sports. What are you doing besides going back and forward to solicitors fighting Eddie Hills? Eh? Over a fighter that doesn't do tickets and nobody gives a hoot about. Eh? Same with Coley. Hills didn't want him, so he offloaded him. So I've got two twins here, age 11, Ben. Do you want to take these on, Ben Shalom? You can take these because all they do is ask for Robux every day, $8.99. Starting to fry me head a little bit. I might have to get the pit belt out. Did Big Meech ever really, really, really fancy the Wilder fight? I remember Barry Hearn saying that they were never going to put him near Wilder after what he did to Audley Harrison when he put him on Button Moon. He put him up there with them other 100 that Big John Fury put there, pop, pop, bang. We're not going to put him near Wilder or Louis Ortiz. And good old Bazzer Epstein, he was true to his word, wasn't he? Eh? Good old Bazzer. But Joshua were number one, wasn't he, with WBC? He weren't mandatory, we were number one, and it looked like they were going to put him in with Wilder, weren't they? But what did he do? What did he do? He jumped to the IBF, didn't he? Hey? We know why, don't we? Who do you want to fight, Wilder or Charlie Martin? Pop, pop, bang. It is what it is. Good luck to Matty Harris, heavyweight. He's being trained by Peter Fury. There'll be some serious drills going on there to see how he's going on. Serious training sessions. Peter will be running him into the ground, see what he's like mentally. So if he can get through this first couple of months, he might do something. He might do something. So what I'm worried about now is Ben Davidson. Boxer size Ben. Can he sleep at night? We all know that he were in love with the big GK, don't we? The big Gypsy King. And now that he's on the outside looking in from the Gypsy King's camp, will he still train Anthony Joshua? If they beat Ngannou and Fury beats Usyk, will he train Joshua, aka Big Meech, to fight Fury, his hero? Will he? Or won't he? It's going to be interesting to see what happens moving backwards. Because that's what we do in boxing, don't we? We move backwards. You know, like for 14 years, we've been screaming out with a Bricktop and Eddie Hills to put shows on. They finally start putting shows on, but they're in Saudi. Why is that? Money in it. These people do not care about boxing fans. They care for money. They're going to mop it all up, and then they can continue the battle in the UK in a couple of years. That's what will happen. So at the moment, boxing's parked up. Nobody's putting anything on that's any good at all. It's an utter joke. But what can you do? But will Ben Davidson train Big Meech to fight the big GK? Does he know all the big GK secrets? I'm not so sure. Or could Ben Davidson be a double agent? Could he really sabotage Big Meech's camp? Well, you don't know, do you? You never know what the big GK's got up his sleeve. So it is what it is. Could we see Big Meech go back to Derek James, I don't know, but if it goes a bit tits up against Ngannou, I expect Ben Davidson to be crawling back to Team Fury. So we're going to see, aren't we? Because I know what Joshua's like. How many trainers has he had now? Oh my God. It is what it is, isn't it? Now, Cash Ali against Joe Joyce. We all know about that in March, don't we? I've known about that now for about 4.5 weeks. Friend of mine came and told me about it. Obviously, the boys next door, it wasn't them that told me actually, but the boys next door are involved with with Cash's career, South Yorkshire Motors. It used to be Eastwood Autos, it's on my billboard, isn't it? I need to get that covered up and change it to South Yorkshire Motors. But I think I'll wait. I'm probably going to get a new billboard soon. We're going to get a new one. Oh, it is what it is, isn't it? But good luck to Cash Ali against Joe Joyce. Do I see Cash beating Joe Joyce? No, I don't. I don't see him beating Joe Joyce. But if he's going to beat him, the time is right. If he could just mess him about and get him out in his rhythm, I think he might be able to pull something off. But somehow, I think he's up against it. But I want Cash to win, but he's up against it. But he's coming off 2 bad losses, so we don't know what Joe Joyce is like. So maybe Cash should just steam into him and let his hands go. But it is what it is. So we're going to see, aren't we? But right, this is the part I like best. Feeding time. I like to tackle subjects that nobody else tackles. Now we all know that Daniel Kinahan, from Dennis Hobson, my former boss, complaining. Well, he wasn't complaining. He just wanted Dennis to have a word with me because I put Big Malk, aka Spencer Fearon, in helmets of the month. This is a good few years ago. This. Now, when Big Ron pulled me in his office, my two words replied were "get effed," and he's like, "Yeah, but come on, like that." I'm like, "No." So we had a bit of a chat, and we know the rest, don't we? What happened? But I don't like people doing things like that. He's not the first person to do that. Tyson Fury's done it with Dennis, complaining when I was putting billboards up about John Fury and Mickey Theo. Tyson were complaining to Dennis. We had Tony Bellew complaining to Dennis, saying that I upset his son putting tweets out. This is a tweet actually, before YouTube. This is when I was ruthless. Putting a tweet out when I said that Tony Bellew had not beat a champion. Well, he'd not, had he? He'd not. And he still didn't after that. So I'm just telling the truth on her. But this is what I mean. If you tell the truth in boxing, people get insecure. They don't want that out there. They're very insecure. So, but when people do things like that, pisses me off, doesn't it? So, Daniel Kinner, I want to know why you've not been picked up by police. Are you the Whitey Bulger of the drug game? Yeah, fair enough. You've got no criminal record, but you're on the most wanted here with your £5 million reward. Now, they could get John Gotti, they could get Al Capone, Saddam Hussein, and Bin Laden. They just point a satellite from the moon and get your serial number off your watch. If you don't believe me, ask John Fury because MI5 are watching him from the moon. But why are you still out there? Why are you not coming back or answering questions? I want to know if you're Whitey Bulger. That's all. I want to know why you've not been picked up. If it came out that you were putting people in, would it surprise anybody? Well, no, because when you're not most wanted and every enforcement agency in the world, Interpol, FBI, and task force agencies, and all the job lot, Met Police and MI5, CIA, all job lot, MI6, when they all know where you are and they can't touch you, Houston, we have a problem. I think it's a bit smelly. I do. I think it's a bit smelly. So we're going to see what happens, aren't we? I mean, the heat has been turned up on it with all this money laundering, with all these people in boxing who've been laundering money. And the arrests are going to be imminent in the next few weeks. So I just want to know if we've got a Whitey Bulger case here. And if any of these YouTubers are going to ask these questions to the powers that be. I mean, they've all got access, haven't they? They're all tiptoeing around everything, aren't they? Like nobody's asking Eddie Hills or Bricktop why Roman Fury's on that undercard in Saudi, the Joshua Ngannou undercard, but yet Big John Fury's not at the presser. Why isn't nobody asking that? He's been to every other presser that his lads have been at, so why not this one? Has he been thrown out the circle, or don't they want him performing like a crank around that turkey? You know, His Excellency. Because they don't want him spoiling it all, do they? So is that why? I don't know, but is somebody going to ask the question? It's not rocket science, is it? So it is what it is. What do I think about Zhang against Parker? I think Zhang knacks him. AJ against Ngannou. AJ knacks him. Fury against Usyk. Usyk knacks Fury, and we have an AJ Usyk trilogy for the undisputed. Does AJ get his revenge in that fight? No, he don't. It's a 3-0 loss against him against Usyk. That's my opinion. Usyk's the best heavyweight in the world, in my opinion. If anybody can prove any different, come and tell me. But he's done Joshua twice, hasn't he, at heavyweight? He's cleaned up at undisputed at cruiserweight. And at amateur level, he's 335 and 15. And he's rematched 11. So, there you go. So, it is what it is, isn't it? So, that's how I look at it. European gold, world gold, Olympic gold, undisputed cruiserweight, unified heavyweight champion with 5 belts, 2 wins over Joshua, his 1 belt eluding him. And that's what Fury's been holding hostage, fighting the likes of Wilder in a 3rd fight, Dylan White, Derek Chisora for a 3rd fight, then Ngannou, a man that had never boxed. And now he's fighting Usyk, but we're not hearing anything from him. As Fury's arsehole fell out. And is the fight being put back till end of March in the last week of Riyadh? I think it is. So, answers on a postcard. What you think to this video? porkycorner@mail.com. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Big shout out to Michael from Cardiff over there in the Bawtry Hall tonight and tomorrow. I can't make it to see you, and it's nice that you've got your company credit card and you want to treat me because you're stopping at Crown here and you're at Bawtry Hotel and all that. Listen, that'd be very nice, and I am very, very, very tempted to stop what I'm doing for 2 days and come over there and put it on your card, mate. But I'm trying to be a good boy at the moment, because if I go on a sesh with you drinking, it will lead to other things. And then there's getting home from there. And I don't like taxis, mate. So it's a bad element. So I'm going to have to swerve it. All right. I always like to take care of myself in January, but February is a different kettle of fish, mate. Pop, pop, bang. But thanks for the offer, Michael. All the best. And have a safe journey back to Cardiff. And yeah, it is over 5 hours to Cardiff, because I went there to meet Dennis and AJ Hobson one day, and it was Tommy Langford, Sam Sheedy fight. And I think I stayed in Dennis's suite at St David's Hotel. I think you used to work there, didn't you, lad? It's a gorgeous hotel just overlooking the sea. Very, very nice place in Cardiff. But Cardiff Arena, all I saw for my first appearance there were people being sick all over the floor, snorting cocaine in the middle of the arena, not even going to toilets, and there were people just spewing up left, right, and centre. So, but I ain't got a problem with that. I was like, wow, this is all right, isn't it? There's people running around with dog security and that, and nobody's doing anything. They're just walking around with dogs, letting everybody get on with it. So, as far as I'm concerned, Cardiff's the right night out. I just wish I grew up there. Can you imagine? I'd have an head like a skull, wouldn't I? Even worse than this scully job I've got going on at the moment. So, Michael, have a safe journey home on Thursday, but I'm sorry I won't be able to come and see you, mate. And I'm gutted, mate. I'm really gutted. But it is what it is. So, I've got to stick at what I'm doing, mate. So, I'm in a good position, fitness-wise, at the moment, and I'm starting to get some gains, mate. So, I'm looking good. And it's all not to do with training, because we can all train, Michael, very, very hard. What you shove in your mouth. So, I'm training hard, but I'm eating correctly. So, I'm seeing different. So, but thanks for the offer. You have a safe journey home. And that's about it, guys and girls. 25-minute video here for you. All right. So peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. I've got a glass of pop here with ice cubes in, and it's bloody orange. Well, peace out.